Welcome to the introduction to software development course. This is going to be a full stack development course, but we'll be focusing on main stack. And for this section, our focus is web development. Later, we'll be diving into app development. Right. So this course is totally free. No one is charging you for this course. It's entirely free. What you have to do is just to follow instruction. And mind you, by the end of this uh, section, there will be a task assigned to us to that will enable us to be added to the project group. So the details about the task will be given to us by the end of this section. So I am Oshino David Adewale. I will advise you to subscribe to this channel so you get more of our information whenever we post and you get notified by YouTube. Thank you. So let's dive into the core uh, topic. Now, what is software development? Software development is the process of designing, building, testing, and maintaining applications. I'll go again. Software development is the process of designing, building, testing, and maintaining applications. Do you understand? For example, I don't know if you've seen Facebook before. The way Facebook is designed, the way Facebook is built, the way testing is done to secure that this one is working very well, to secure that this one does not have a bug, or this to secure that this one is safe for users to use, and to maintain it, to continue the process of developing it the way it is. And if you are very used to Facebook, you know the way Facebook was 2009 or then thereabout, and now can see that it's not the same thing, right? Its maintenance, they continue in development. You understand? It is something that they continue building, right? That is how software development work, right? It transforms idea into functional program. You understand? For example, there might be someone there who be like, yeah, I have this idea, I want to do this. Let, for example, I have a e-commerce idea that I have in mind. You understand? You transform that idea to reality to make it functional. You understand? You can see your WhatsApp, it's someone's idea, right? It comes to life by so on. So why is software development very important? Software development is very important. It drives innovations in every industry. You understand? So in all these industries, see that you need technology one way or the other, right? For example, Gigi, right? They use technology. You cannot. There's no Gigi app or Gigi website without, yeah, there's no GG company without their app and website. You understand? They run all their activities online. You understand? Everything is powered by online. You see that the website is powered online. The mobile applications is powered online. The desktop application, for example, I'm using a desktop application, PowerPoint, right? And you have other um, applications that are powered by software development. So the backbone of these things are software. You understand? They are we as software developers are the one that develop and build how it is being done. You understand? It enables automation. You understand? For example, we have like a complaint that you have like 1,000 or 7,000 clients. You understand that you want to send mails to them. You cannot be sending mails to them one by one. You understand? Or can you be going to their house and be knocking to their doorstep? Right? We have new features in our stock. No, we just send mails to those people. If you are used to Jumia, you see the way they do their stuff. It's very, very fast. You understand? That is it. Fast communications. You see, you don't, on like the old time that way, you have to be sending mails. You have to be sending letter manually. That you have to go to a the post office to submit our letter. So after like 7 months or 7 weeks before the letter gets to deliver. But now it is not like that. Software has enabled us to communicate faster and to interact faster and to make our jobs very fast. You understand? And better decision making. You understand? When we have uh, this software at hand, you understand, it makes me decide very fast. It makes you be more innovative, it makes me more creative, it makes you more to do more, to explore. So that is So software development life cycle for as I've clearly said in the beginning of this course that it's something you plan to do. It's something that you continue doing. The first stage is planning, right? If you want to develop something, you can't just say that, yeah, I'll have this data to just start doing it, but you start at code. No, you have to plan it. You have to know what you need to do. You have to understand who you are doing it for and why you are doing it. So you have to identify and gather requirements. You understand? You have to identify your goals. Why are you doing this thing? Why is this software important? What what problem is this software solving, right? And before we now move to coding. So when you start writing your code, you now structure, do the architecture on how it's going to work. You understand? You choose your framework and your language. You understand? If you're going to be using Python, if you're going to be using JavaScript, Java, and any other tool, right? You now do testing. You understand? So whatever you are building, you're putting outside there, you make sure that it's working properly. You understand? It's not that when you start when you spend millions of naira, you understand, or thousands of dollars on a particular application then without testing, then it's not get to development or production level. You now notice that this thing is not actually working, maybe a button is not working, or there's a bug somewhere or something, or the payment transaction is not going anywhere. You understand? And you have to make sure it is secured. When you test it, make sure that the security is ensured. You understand? That is how it works. Then you now move on to development. When you after all this planning and you've code, you've written out your code in with your programming language and you've not tested it and you're sure that this thing is okay, then you now will release the app for users. That's when people will now start using it. After using it, that's not the final stage. You cannot just release it and just leave it like that. You have to still update some features, you have to make it better, you have to fix some issues because I'm very sure when more users are using it from different um region or different countries, they might be facing different, you understand, experience, you understand. So you have to fix those issues and make users comfortable using your um app or website. So types of software development, you understand, as I've clearly mentioned before, we have web development, like your website, you understand. If you go to www.something, we have that where you can read information. We have web app, maybe you can make something work, maybe you can uh, give it an image to remove the background, all those kind of applications that are done on web, you understand. We have web app and we have websites, you understand. Example of web app is your Amazon, you understand. Go to Amazon.com, you see GG, you understand. All those kind of websites, they are not manually installed on your phone. You have to access them through Safari or Chrome or any of your browser to get them. So we have mobile development. So unlike the web development that is not in your phone, you understand, the app development is manually installed in your phone, maybe by App Store or by Play Store, you understand. So it's installed. So if you are patient, for before the end of this, inside this section, not inside this program, we're actually going to be diving into mobile development, but now we are facing web development. So we have example of your app development, your mobile development is your WhatsApp. You understand? You have it installed. The one you have installed, your Xender. If you are using an Android, you have it installed. You understand? So another type is what desktop development. Desktop development like your own, the one you have installed on your PC. Example like your Photoshop. You understand? You have you have it as desktop. You have your like this one I'm using now. PowerPoint. You have it installed on your phone, on your laptop, on your PC, on your desktop, right? And we have embedded system like softwares and devices. You understand? Like your um smart TV, you understand? It's a software that operates in a device. I don't know if you know an IoT device or those kind of system, embedded system, and you can that you have on your device. You understand? It's still part of our software development. So introduction to our core stack that we'll be using for this program. We are using main stack. So what is main stack? Main stack stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. Mind you, all these things are new to you, but then as you follow along this course, you will understand all this better. You understand everything better. So, but then we are going to be starting the course with HTML and CSS, and you can't move to this, move to writing React without knowing this properly, without knowing this very well. So, as I've mentioned, MongoDB is no square database for storing database. Where you, for example, when you go to facebook.com, you see that sometimes you see many of your profile, many of your pictures, many of your previous posts that you have on your Facebook, right? It's all those data have been stored somewhere. It's called database. You understand? We have MySQL, we have NoSQL the database where you store our our information. We have Postgres, SQL, any of the database that is convenient for you, whereby you store your story, you store your data, you store your information for usage. You understand? So now we have Express.js. Express.js is the backend framework for building APIs. You understand? For example, you want to log in, there's an API, right? You want to fetch data, you want to delete something, you want to edit something. It's that called APIs. It's called application programming interface. You understand? Don't worry, you understand this. I know it's sounding kind of advanced. Don't worry. This is a beginner friendly course, so you don't have to worry about anything. I'll try as much as possible you understand everything from beginning to the end. And we have React. React is unlike this Express that is for backend framework. You understand? Don't worry if you don't understand backend, front end. Don't worry, just just be moving along with us. So for the front end library, right? The front end library we use to React. We have other framework like Vue.js, other that we can use. But then this React is a front end library that helps us create our UI. So this UI is created with what plain HTML and CSS. As I've said, you have to know HTML very well, and you have to know CSS very well, and your JavaScript before you can move to this level. But then I'm going to be teaching you everything on this course. You understand? All right. So let me just briefly explain packet and front for us, so you don't have to go back. So if you check, if you've used let's use this Facebook, you understand all the logic, how your data is being kept, stored to the database. You understand? Is done by the backend. There's the backbone of something that is keeping all your data for you, that is making you know when you log in now and somebody else try to log in with your details. That backend is the one that will let them know that no, you are not this person. Yes, you are this person. You get. So the front end is just the face you are seeing, all the data you are seeing, all the colors you are seeing on your website or your app. You understand? Those are the front end. So that is how it works. And the APIs is just like the middleman. You understand? It's the one that communicate from the front end and the back end. It's the one that send those data, those login. When you press login, it's the one that send it, it's the one that deliver that message to the back end. And you understand? The one that bring what response back. Like those are the APIs. So don't worry, as we are going on, you will understand more of this. So we have Node.js. So we have Node.js. Node.js is what is a JavaScript runtime for server-side code. You understand? For our backend to write this Express.js. If you're writing plain JavaScript, it's going to be boilerplate code you're going to be writing. So the JavaScript helps us in maximizing the way we write our code and help us run JavaScript very, very efficiently on the node part. You understand? On our system, on our computer, it helps us run JavaScript very well. It's a JavaScript runtime for server-side code. So, as I've mentioned, the basic now is the HTML. What you need to learn first. See, what is HTML? For those that don't know, HTML is what hypertext markup language. You understand? So it's an hypertext markup language. It's what does it mean? It's one that allows us to be able to write those text on the front end. You understand? Have you ever wondered how they write something on website and they show you understand. So this is how this is being done. It's HTML that helps us write those things. So we have some features to write. We have headers, we have paragraphs, we have anchor links and others. You understand? So in our HTML basic course, you will understand how this is being done properly. And we have CSS. After writing those things, you want to know how to style them, how to give them to beautify them. So CSS stands for cascading style sheets. You understand? Cascading was style sheet. Cascading style sheet is to make, for example, I want to make a text bigger, want to make a text smaller. You understand? Is this style sheet that that we write that makes okay no let let Facebook, you understand, let it has the background color of what of blue, and let the F in it be what and the what the white to get that is the CSS in it. You understand? We have, for example, see the example we have. You see color blue font is what 24. So that is how we write our CSS code. Don't worry, we dive into it. And we have JavaScript. We can't just go to the website and write HTML and CSS and leave it for that. That is something like Web 2 or something. When I said Web 2, that is like the when the web just started, when we cannot interact with the website. But when we have Web 2, when we're able to send information, when we have to click on something to move, you understand, or when we have to do something, perform some actions, you understand, dynamically on the interface, that is JavaScript. JavaScript is the web interactive. So it makes the webs interactive. You understand? It makes you be able to interact with it, maybe to write something, maybe to get something, it makes you to perform action, it makes you to animate, to validate, to update some packages. You understand? So the tools you'll be using for this semester and web development course, you need to get VS Code. Go online and get VS Code now. You need to get VS Code. That is what you need to get now to be able to enable us for the next enable you for the next section of this tutorial. And we need Git and GitHub. Don't worry, by the time we really need this one, I'll explain how we do this for you. We need Node.js and npm packages that you'll be using. Get this VS Code first, right? And install Chrome on your laptop. Yeah, you're basically using a PC and not not phone or any other thing. So conclusion, you understand? This is the main stack. It enables you right to write full stack application. You understand? When you can write your application both on front end and back end. You understand? Without anybody, right? Because the job market today is actually there for you to see front end developer hire the back end. But there are companies that do hire them, right? But it's very, even if you're going to work as a front end developer, right? It's very good for you to understand what is going on the back end. And if you're working on the back end, it's very good for you to understand the front end very well. You understand? So HTML, CSS, and JavaScript from the foundation of web development. That's what you'll be focusing on. You understand? So my advice for you is to start small, practice consistently, and build real-time projects. Don't worry, you'll be added to the project group if you um if you do your assignment. So this is the assignment. You understand? So just screenshot this part of the assignment. You'll be sending it. I will instruct you how you um how you would submit. You understand? Screenshot this assignment now. And so how to submit, you understand? You will what you send if you're on the group, right? And if you are not, you send the answers of your assignment to this group, to this number on WhatsApp, and you'll be added to the project group. You understand? No charges required, right? And you have to subscribe to this channel. So you send an evidence that you are with us. You understand? You subscribe, take a screenshot that you subscribe to this channel, and you send to this um to this WhatsApp number, right? So how do you why do you need to submit? You understand? You'll be added to what? You'll be added to the free course, to the free project group. What's going to be going on the project group? You understand? That is when you can be asking questions. On this group you can't ask questions because it's locked. So that's when you can be asking questions when you have problems, or that is when you're going to be posting our jobs. You understand? When we have opening for beginners, you understand, or interns, that's why we'll be posting. So it is very important for you to be on that group, right? So you would submit your assignment to any of the admins on the group, or preferable this number, right? And you'll be added to the group. So you'll be when you, for example, when we start our coding, you understand, our programming course, and then this is just we are just kind of explain this in plain text. When we start practicing, you understand, when you are having any difficulties, you have access to the admins. They will help you check what issues you are facing. So I think that's all for this course. So bye for now. Once again, subscribe to the channel.